Hold it.
I'm trying. It's gonna break my knees.
Rope, get the rope.
Jesus, look at its eyes.
Keep her head down.
Tail. Watch the tail. Got it. No. Ah! Looking right
Cinch it now.
Tight. I got it.
Honestly, the videos I'm about to show you have been haunting me. Are you ready to face them? Mermaids showing up right at people's front doors, sea monsters caught alive by fishermen, and unidentified shadow figures. All of it captured on CCTV. These are 20 of the most shocking pieces of evidence that seem to break every rule we know. I'm not brave enough to say they're real, and that's why I need your theories. This one is the most terrifying clip I've ever seen. Just imagine it. The doorbell rings. You peek outside, and a mermaid with a pale white face is staring right at you. This isn't a fairy tale. This is flooded Texas. It was the night of September 14th, 2023. The Clearwater Bend neighborhood in Houston was drowning in muddy brown water. Around 11 p.m., a CCTV camera caught a creature with a lower body like a fishtail, light blue skin, slowly swimming toward the front steps of a house. The water was up to its waist, but it moved gently, like it was gliding through a resort pool. When it reached the last step, the creature planted both hands on the wooden stair, pulled itself up, and stared straight into the camera. Empty eyes. A cold, lifeless face. Gill-like slits on both sides of its head pulsing with each breath. It made no sound, just kept crawling forward inch by inch, like it wanted to come inside your house. What would you do? Call 911? Or grab a towel for her? Me? I'd lock my door and start praying. And there's something even more unsettling. Are we seeing the ocean send out creatures from old legends, awakening before massive floods or tsunamis? Next, the phone footage is shaky, like the person holding it is trying to stay calm, but their hands won't stop trembling. The scene is a rocky shoreline with old, broken pillars. And there, sitting on a huge rock, is a creature that looks exactly like an oxidized bronze statue. Gray-green skin, long moss-colored hair, as if someone left a bronze sculpture outside for decades. But then, a second creature appears behind an old rusted fence, calling to its friend. Instantly, the one on the rock snaps its tail. Thick, powerful, you can really see the strength in it, and it slides down fast, disappearing into the water behind the rocks. If you saw that, what would you do? I'd probably rewind the clip and check whether I had too much coffee that morning. Here's what worries me. Are mermaids starting to show up openly in public areas? Or are thousands of AI-generated videos tricking us until we can't tell the difference anymore? Whether it's real or fake, I need your opinion. Drop your thoughts down below and I'll pin the sharpest comment. Now it's time to go deeper. I had to dig through some hidden corners of the web to find this one, and it's the kind of thing that terrifies tourism companies. This is a rare file. Shot on a phone about 4 years ago, quietly sitting on a site almost no one knows. In the blurry frame, you can make out a head that looks exactly like an alien, sharp, uneven, covered in a stone gray skin. I couldn't believe it. Alien head, mermaid body, rock skin. It's the most disturbing combination I've ever seen. Like a statue from Easter Island left soaking in seawater for too long. Why did it show up near a public outdoor area? And if this file sat untouched for 4 years on a tiny website, how many more pieces of evidence about these horrifying hybrids have been buried? I'm starting to believe these beings are moving closer to humans, whether as a warning, a challenge, or a form of resistance. Now it's time to face the harshest truth of all. Humans are starting to catch them. The footage was shot on a fishing boat in rough seas. The crew is wearing yellow and orange rain gear. They're hauling up the nets, and mixed in with the small fish, something is thrashing violently. It has the upper body of a woman, but the face of a fish. You can clearly see jagged white fins running along both sides of its body. Its eyes are pure white, no pupils at all. The fishermen drag it up, revealing a large tail covered in metallic blue-green scales. It screams and struggles, desperately trying to break free. The men use nets and ropes to pin it down on the soaked wooden deck. Its resistance is useless. It looks like it's dying right there on their boat. I'm not here to judge whether this video is real or fake, but watching it, I felt a kind of anger I can't even explain. Even if it's staged, illegal captures of sea creatures are undeniable. When beings like this appear, they're treated like some kind of catch to be traded. And that's what scares me. I'm starting to fear the wrath of Mother Nature. If these creatures are real, what consequences will we face for dragging them out of the ocean like this? Another fishing boat, but this time, it's the Mediterranean. The footage is incredibly clear. A creature is struggling in the grip of 3 strong fishermen. Its upper body is ghost pale, contrasting sharply with the mottled blue-gray of its tail. The arms are long and slender, but the fingers end in sharp nails, like someone sprayed them with cheap, rust-proof paint. I don't have enough information to say whether this clip is real or staged, but here's what I do know. The Mediterranean is a sea loaded with legends, half-human, half-fish beings, and ancient curses of the deep. This is the same body of water that swallowed countless ships over thousands of years. Seeing a creature this disturbing, even if it's fake, makes me wonder, what if those terrifying stories were true all along? What if this is why ships vanish without a trace? I felt a cold shiver crawl right up my spine, not because of the video, but because of the connection between what we're seeing and the old legends, those dangerous waters that are still very much alive. But what happens when they're not hunting, but begging for help? This clip slaps anyone who thinks mermaids are only predators. It was the night of November 8th, 2025. A yacht was cutting through pitch-black water off the coast of Belize. The security camera on the rear deck captured nothing but spinning white wakes. But right between those waves, a slender shape appeared. At first, just a shadow with long, soaking wet hair and a tail. It swam alongside the yacht, long, thin arms reaching out of the water as if trying to balance. The deck lights reflected off its pale blue skin, and for once, it didn't look threatening at all, more like exhausted, weak, like it was trying to call for help. And just a few seconds later, it got sucked into the whirlpool behind the yacht and vanished. It was like someone trying to reach a payphone in the middle of the Pacific. But here's the question that keeps haunting me. If it really was a mermaid, what desperation would push it to chase down a moving ship? I'm waiting for your theories down below. But now let's talk about something far more dangerous on land. It was 2:43 in the morning. The CCTV system caught a chilling infrared scene. A tall, lanky creature with arms nearly reaching its knees, a body thin as bone. Its eyes glowed bright in the darkness. Locals call it the Pale Walker. In the clip, it suddenly charges straight toward the sheep pen and lifts a sheep like it's a toy. The guard dog lunges at it, forcing the creature to drop its prey. It runs off in long, unnatural strides, like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. Many wildlife experts think this could be staged, but honestly, I'd rather hear your theory. Comment below if you've ever seen or even witnessed something like this. And now, a clip that chills everyone who watches it. The road is completely empty in the dead of night. A creature crawls on all fours, but its body bends in unnatural, uneven angles. Its joints twist the wrong way, its head and back slightly misaligned, like the bones inside were assembled incorrectly. Some say it's just a person pretending, but many swear you only see movements like this in cryptid reports, beings that live in the dark and don't want to be seen. I've also thought, maybe it's just an AI hoax. But what matters is that it still captures us, still scares us. Maybe deep down, we all believe there are other forces coexisting with us in the shadows. Share your thoughts below. This one scared me more than anything when I was a kid. An attack that doesn't use teeth or claws. Security cameras captured an assault without a single bite or scratch. 2 boys were walking through a park. Everything looked normal, until one kid suddenly froze, his body acting like a warning radar. And right at that moment, a pitch-black entity, completely shapeless, like a sheet of darkness caught in the wind, shot across the ground and slammed into the other boy. It stuck to him, almost merged into his body. Here's the key point: the small changes in his movement right after the impact. Like something just took partial control of him. Researchers call this host attachment. It's like an energy leech. And I can't help thinking, if that thing can move fast and fuse into someone, how do we know who's carrying it right now? It could be your neighbor, or it could be you. Now, let's look at a clip that made the entire cryptid hunting community shiver. It's not a ghost. It's something that laughs at gravity. Watch how they move. The footage starts with a few small orbs, those floating lights you hear about in paranormal reports. But a few seconds later, several pale figures appear, drifting across the yard like weightless beings. Their shapes look human, and not human at the same time. What makes this clip famous is their movement: floating steps, blurry faces, and motions that are smooth but out of sync. And the most shocking part, some of them hop over a tall fence like it's nothing, no force, no jump, just gliding through space, not walking on the ground. I kept replaying it. How do you clear a tall fence without using your legs? Are we sharing Earth with things from another dimension? If you don't believe in invisible entities, then take a look at the substance they leave behind. A security camera at an ATM in China captured something skin-crawling. The floor of the ATM booth suddenly oozing a thick, shiny black liquid, heavy like crude oil. It spread fast, slithering like a snake across the tiles. Here's where the video gets shocking. The man using the ATM doesn't react. He just keeps withdrawing money. The next customer walks in and doesn't even glance at the floor. This substance is known as sludge in paranormal reports, leftover residue from entities that feed on ambient energy. What chills me isn't the sludge, it's the numbness. Have people gotten used to the unusual? Or did that entity do something to make them ignore it? For a minute, I honestly wondered if I'd ever use an ATM again after watching this. If those other creatures drift, this one in Dallas is even worse. It glides. This thing walked straight out of a nightmare, and it didn't have legs. A pale, legless body sliding along the road like it was hovering a couple inches above the ground. It wasn't dragging itself. It was gliding smooth, unnaturally smooth, like there was a sheet of invisible ice under it. Its head and arms twitched nonstop like it was busy doing something. The homeowner shared the clip, but no one could identify it. This is a kind of movement we've never seen before. If you saw this at night, you'd think you were hallucinating. But cameras don't hallucinate. It makes me wonder, how many of these things glide past us without making a sound? After that night, that quiet street never felt normal again. It felt like something was still out there, just outside the corner of your vision. But this is nothing compared to the shapeshifter in Mexico. Brace yourself. We're talking about infiltration, and the best way to infiltrate is to imitate. A farm camera recorded a blurred, twisting mass near the gate. It drifted onto the property, then began changing shape right in front of the lens. From a vague white blob, it slowly molded itself into a human-like form, but still not quite human. It walked straight into the house like it already knew the place. The homeowner only realized it after checking the footage later by chance. And from that day on, he said the air around the farm felt different, heavy, dark, like the entity never left. I don't think it left either. I think it blended in. And now I have to ask, are you sure the person sitting next to you isn't a shape-shifting shadow? We're not done, because in Romania, Broad daylight, a ghostly figure kept a whole village awake at night. It sounds impossible, but the camera caught tall, pale shapes crossing the road. Their posture looked human, but their size was way beyond anything human. They were towering unbelievably tall, walking right across the road in daylight, completely unbothered. They moved fast, precise, with purpose, like beings returning to where they truly belonged. If they're that tall, where do they go at night? Villagers replayed the footage over and over, hoping to see them again, but those beings vanished forever. I believe they weren't visiting. They were just passing through, and we were lucky enough, or unlucky enough, to witness it. Meanwhile in Peru, strange shapes appeared again, and I need you to focus on the head. The clip was shared by the owner of an unfinished construction site. At first it was just a faint blur moving from a distance, but the closer it came, the more it resembled a person, but not exactly. Its posture was crooked, its steps didn't match any normal human rhythm, and most importantly, the head tilted at a bizarre angle, like the bone structure inside wasn't built for our world. It was moving with a skeleton that didn't belong here. Viewers debated, wandering spirit? Or some kind of identity mimic. I won't claim anything for sure. All I know is this: its movement doesn't belong to anything from this world. I don't think it's a person. It's a failure of biology or a biology from somewhere else. Next up, Texas, and this one lasts only 2 seconds. 2 seconds that will change how you look at your backyard forever. A quiet Texas night. A backyard camera catches something short and dark blasting past the fence with indescribable speed. Its gait is crooked, not human, not like any known animal. More like a dark bullet streaking across the yard. The family dog went insane, barking with way more intensity than any person could react. The thing appeared fast and vanished even faster. The family kept living their normal life afterward, but no one ever forgot that uninvited blur darting across the lawn. The dog's reaction is the most honest evidence we have. Animals know what we don't. I keep wondering, what kind of tiny creature moves with that kind of speed and stealth? Let me know your theory. If you still doubt, then you need to see this. One of the most unsettling security clips ever filmed in Dallas. A man was reviewing his nighttime footage when he spotted something lurking behind his trash bins. It didn't look human, but it wasn't fully animal either. The head was strange, the face unreadable, and the crouched posture made it look like it was trying hard not to be seen. The disturbing part is this: it wasn't searching for food. It wasn't looking for anything to steal. It was studying the house, watching it closely. It stayed there for a long time, like a scout planning something. If you were that man, what would you think? Me? I'd say that wasn't an animal. Gathering information. After that night, checking the camera wasn't just a security habit for him anymore. It was making sure his family was still safe. A dark shape gliding across the road like the wind, completely silent. If not for the camera, you'd never know it existed. And the scary part is, maybe it glides past you every night. The CCTV caught something no passerby could have seen, a black figure sliding across the road, disappearing right after. No sound, no motion trigger, just a dark form drifting through the night like wind. What chills people the most is this: without the camera, no one would know it ever passed. It didn't draw attention or leave evidence. It was like a hole in space. It makes you wonder, how many of these things move past us every night without us knowing? I call it the silent walker. Proof that this world doesn't belong only to what we can see. Now let's go back to 2023, and I'll show you the most horrifying Halloween nightmare, the creepy nun of Austin. A man in Austin saw a nun in black robes walking slowly down the street. Curious, he stopped to look. But what gave him goosebumps was the face empty, emotionless, no expression at all. He ran into his house because the feeling was unbearable. The problem is, she didn't leave. The nun stood right at his front door, silent for several minutes, then vanished like she never existed. She didn't need to open the door. She just needed to stand there. I'm pretty sure this wasn't a ghost. This was a being trying to mimic a human and failing. That moment wasn't normal. It was a terrifying imprint. We're not done. You need to see this before it disappears. A human shape, or maybe not. Watch and decide for yourself. A late night in Peru, a man checked his backyard cameras and froze. A faint figure was peeking out from behind the wall, staring straight at the camera. The shape was unclear, but the intention was crystal clear. It was watching. It knew where he was. It knew what he was doing. The thing vanished within seconds and never returned. Here's the final problem we have to face. They're watching us. Your home cameras might be evidence for you or evidence for them. From deep-sea creatures to backyard lurkers, everything is converging. I believe we're not just being watched. We're being evaluated. I don't know how you feel, but I do know this world is far more mysterious than we ever imagined. And I'm Steve. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll keep searching for the truth together.